Hi everyone, myself Divya from EC Department of JW Engineering College. Welcome to the session of Linear IC applications. Today I am going to explain about the topic of op-amp block diagram and level shifter. In previous sessions, we have already discussed about an op-amp and the characteristics of an op-amp. So mainly, the op-amp is a linear IC which performs some mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, logarithmic operations, and so on. So, in this session, we are going to know about the block diagram of an op-amp and what is the function of block, each and every block of an op-amp, and what is the level shift. So, this figure represents the op-amp block diagram, and mainly we have four blocks in an op-amp. So first block represents input stage, second block represents the intermediate stage, and third one is level shifting stage or level shifter. Fourth one is output amplifying stage or output stage. So first one is input stage. So in input stage mainly we are using some differential amplifier which is in the configuration of dual input balanced output. Already we know the configuration of dual input balanced output differential amplifier. So dual input means we are applying two inputs, and balanced output means we are taking the output between two collectors. And the second stage is also a differential amplifier, but the configuration is dual input unbalanced output configuration. In this case, we are applying two inputs and the output is taken at one collector with respect to ground. And third one is level shifter. In place of level shifter, we are using some emitter follower with constant current source. And fourth one is output amplifying stage. And in this stage, we are using some push-pull amplifier with complementary symmetry configuration. So mainly, first input stage is a differential amplifier. The op-amp consists of two inputs. So first one is inverting input, second one is non-inverting input. First one is inverting input, second one is non-inverting input. Inverting input represents negative sign, non-inverting input represents positive sign. So inverting input means whenever we are applying some input to the inverting terminal, then the output is 180 degrees out of phase with the input. If you are applying some input to the non-inverting terminal, then the output is in phase with the input. That means there is no phase shift between input to the output. So these are the two inputs which we are using in the op-amp. So these two inputs are applied to the differential amplifier, that is in the configuration of dual input balanced output. And next, main purpose of the input stage is in order to increase the voltage gain of the op-amp. So whenever we are applying the input to the differential amplifier, it amplifies the signals. That means it increases the voltage gain. And the output of the differential amplifier is again given to the intermediate stage. That is also a differential amplifier. So in this stage, we are using dual input unbalanced output configuration. So the input which we are taking from the input stage is just applied to the intermediate stage directly. So that means there is direct coupling between input stage and intermediate stage. And the input which we are applying to the second differential amplifier, that is amplified again by the differential amplifier. So the amplified output is again passed to the level shifter stage. Here we are using that means here we are taking the output in unbalanced manner. So that means we are taking the output at only one collector with respect to ground. And next the output is again passed to the level shifter stage. The purpose of these two stages is in order to increase the voltage gain as well as in order to increase the input impedance of an op-amp. As we have already discussed the characteristics of an op-amp, so ideally the op-amp has infinite voltage gain and infinite input impedance. So that means we should provide higher gain as well as we should provide higher input impedance. So these two stages are used to give higher gain as well as used to give high input impedance. And third one is level shifter stage. So the level shifting stage or the level shifter is used to shift the DC level to ground. Level shifter is used to shift the DC level to ground level. So whenever we are coupling the stages directly or we are using some direct coupling, the DC level or the DC voltage which is generated in the first stage is directly passed to the second stage. For example, if you are using more number of stages, then the DC level passes stage by stage or the DC voltage passes stage by stage. And at the output, because of that DC level, we can get some distortion as well as we can get some clipping of the output signal. So in order to overcome that problem, we are using the level shifter stage, and the level shifter stage is used to shift the DC level to ground level or DC level to 0 volts whenever we are passing the signal to the output. So this is the purpose of using level shifter or level shifting stage. Mainly in level shifting stage, we are using some emitter follow. And next, the output of level shifter stage is passed to the output amplifying stage. It is used to amplify the signal as well as it is used to provide some lower output impedance. So mainly in place of output stage, we are using push-pull amplifier. So finally, we can get some distortionless output. So this is the main operation of op-amp block diagram. So this is the input stage, this is the intermediate stage, this is the level shifting stage, this is the output amplifying stage. Each stage has its own function. And finally, we can get some distortionless output with higher gain. So these are the topics, these are the points which I am discussing so far. And next one is cascading of differential amplifiers. So in this topic, we are cascading a number of differential amplifiers in order to get the higher gain. What is meant by cascading? So cascading is the output of previous stage is given to the next stage or later stage. So cascading is nothing but the output of first stage is given to the second stage. So here this figure represents two stages and each stage consists of a differential amplifier. So here we have one differential amplifier, here we have another differential amplifier. So the output of first stage, that means the output of first differential amplifier is directly passed to the second differential amplifier or second stage. So this type of connection is known as cascading. So here we can observe, here we are taking the output and output is directly passed to the second stage input. So first stage represents a differential amplifier. Normally differential amplifier consists of two inputs. One is non-inverting input, another one is inverting input. Inverting input represents negative sign which provides the output 180 degrees out of phase with the input, and non-inverting input represents positive sign which provides the output in phase with the input. So whenever you are applying some input to the differential amplifier, here we are applying two inputs, that means dual input, and we are taking the output between two collectors. We are taking the output between two collectors. So that means we are using some, that means this type of configuration is known as dual input balanced output. If the output is taken between two collectors, that output is known as balanced output, and we are applying two inputs. So that's why this type of input is known as dual input. And already we know the differential amplifier must satisfy the conditions or rules. So that is the characteristic, the transistor characteristics should be same. That means we should use some matched transistors. Q1 characteristics and Q2 characteristics must be same. And the resistors RC1 and RC2 is also same. So next, the output of first stage is given to the second stage input directly, because here we are not using any blockage, DC blockage elements or coupling elements. So this type of coupling is known as direct coupling. Because of this coupling, the DC content which is generated in the first stage is directly passed to the second stage, which leads to the distortion at the output, and that will be compensated by the level shifter as already discussed earlier. So this is the second stage, and in this stage also we are using a differential amplifier, and this type of differential amplifier is known as dual input unbalanced output differential amplifier, because here we are applying two inputs to the two transistors, and we are taking the output at only one collector with respect to ground. We are applying two inputs and we are taking the output at only one collector with respect to ground. So this type of configuration is known as dual input unbalanced output configuration. So we are cascading two differential amplifiers. You can also cascade more number of differential amplifiers depending on the application. But the main rule or the main condition which we have to follow is we should use some matched transistors. So that is the cascading of differential amplifiers. Next one is level shifter, as we have already discussed in the op-amp block diagram. So due to direct coupling of number of differential amplifiers, that means we are coupling number of differential amplifiers in direct manner without using any coupling elements. So because of that direct coupling, the DC level increases stage by stage. So this can limit the voltage swing, or this can lead to the distortion at the output. So to eliminate the problem, we are using a level shifter prior to the output stage. So mainly the level shifter is an emitter follower with voltage divider. So a DC voltage at the base of the transistor gives a 0 volts DC output, and this is dependent on the resistors of R1 and R2 which we are using in the circuit. So mainly this figure represents a level shifter stage with voltage divider bias. And next here we are applying the input. That means here this is the output of the second stage or intermediate stage. So the output of intermediate stage is applied to the level shifter. This is the input. And next, whenever we are applying the input to the level shifter, it provides the 0 volts DC output. It provides the 0 volts DC output. That means it shifts the DC level to 0 volts. And this is one of the level shifter. We can also use two types of level shifters. So here this figure represents an emitter follower with constant current bias. An emitter follower with constant current bias by using some diodes. And we can also use an emitter follower with current mirror. We can also use an emitter follower with current mirror. So these are the three circuits which we are using in place of level shifter. So this is the emitter follower with voltage divider, and this figure is an emitter follower with constant current bias, and this is the emitter follower with current mirror circuit. Most probably we go for the emitter follower with voltage divider. So because this is the simple one compared to other two circuits. So depending on the application, we can use any of these three emitter followers. And last one is properties of differential amplifier or classification of differential amplifier. So we have already discussed about the configurations of differential amplifier. Mainly we have four types of configurations. First one is dual input balanced output. Second one is dual input unbalanced output. Third one is single input balanced output. Fourth one is single input unbalanced output. So in dual input balanced output, we are applying two inputs and the output is taken between two collectors. And in this configuration, that means in dual input unbalanced output configuration, we are applying two inputs and we are taking the output at only one collector with respect to ground. And third one is single input balanced output. In this configuration, we are applying a single input and the output is taken between two collectors because this is the balanced output. And fourth one is single input unbalanced output. In this configuration, we are applying a single input and the output is taken at one collector with respect to ground. So this is the classification, or this is the comparison of four types of configurations. Here we can use some circuit diagram. You should draw some circuit diagram of corresponding configuration, corresponding differential amplifier. And next step, for the dual input balanced output, we have already calculated the differential gain, that is AD is equal to RC by RE. For the second configuration, we have the differential gain as RC by 2 RE. And for the single input balanced output configuration, we have the differential gain as RC by RE. And for the fourth configuration, that is for the single input unbalanced output configuration, the differential gain is RC by 2 RE. And next comparison is input resistance. So input resistance of dual input balanced output configuration is we have two inputs. That means we have two input resistances. That is RA1 is equal to 2 beta ACRE, which we have already derived, and RA2 is equal to same 2 beta ACRE. And for the second configuration, dual input unbalanced output, in this configuration also we are applying two inputs. So we have two input resistances. First one is RA1, that is 2 beta ACRE. Second one is also same resistance, that is RA2 is equal to 2 beta ACRE. And third one is single input balanced output configuration. And in this case, we are applying only a single input. So that's why we have only a single input resistance. So that is RA1 is equal to 2 beta ACRE. In this case, fourth configuration also we have only single input resistance. That is RA1 is equal to 2 beta ACRE. And last one is output resistance. So for the first configuration, that is dual input balanced output configuration, we are taking the output between two collectors. So that means we have two output resistances. That is RO1 is equal to RC, RO2 is equal to RC. For the dual input unbalanced output configuration, we are taking the output at only one collector with respect to ground. So that means we have only one output resistance, that is R0 equal to RC. For the single input balanced output configuration, we are taking the output between two collectors with so two collectors means we have two output resistances, that is RO1 is equal to RC, RO2 is equal to RC. For the fourth configuration, that is single input unbalanced output configuration, we are taking the output at only one collector with respect to ground. So that's why we have only one output resistance. So that is R0 equal to RC. So this is the main classification or comparison of four types of differential amplifiers. Thank you.